Hi everyone. Firstly, thank you so much for joining in the Avni Community Meetup for the month of October. We'll start with the ecosystem update and then we'll go to the highlight of our today's meetup, which is self-service reports developed by a couple of our NGO partners. And then we'll move to the product updates. In the ecosystem update, there are two new organizations who joined the Avni community. One is PHRI, which is Public Health Research Institute of India. We are starting the development of that project. They have joined us this month. They're serving communities in and around Mysore since 2007. And they are recognized by Government of India in Science and Industrial Research Organization. They provide accessibility to healthcare to the underserved community and conduct research on local health challenges. The focus area of this is women reproductive health, cervical and breast cancer screening, your mental and social well-being, and occupational health. They try to reach community and take initiative to raise awareness about critical health issue and early detection of cervical cancer. I'm not sure if Devanshi joined from PHRI. Just check once. Yeah, I think she didn't join, but otherwise she could have said a couple of things. Yeah. Another organization is Action Northeast Trust, and they work towards sustainable holistic development of rural and marginalized community in the Northeast of India. They primarily worked on educational, child protection, women empowerment, peace development, and mental health program. With Avni, they're trying to strengthen its health program in Assam. It runs malnutrition and anemia program across 22 villages, reaching to around 600 children and 200 mother. I think we have Lucy from, and Lucy, if you could say something about the project and let our join. Yeah.
Yeah, sure. Thank you so much, everyone. The app that we are using right now, the Avni app. It's been a very long journey of we wanted to bring digital aspect in our project because a sustainable livelihood. It's just a sustainable livelihood, but then we have so many components under this. So we have health, we have nutrition, and we have everything. So, and then we walk in 22 villages, and you know, the kind of data collection, the kind of follow-ups that we do, it consumes a lot of time, and sometimes most of the time the data doesn't come on time. Most of the time we are lost in data collection, we are lost in data analysis. So it's been a really struggle for us before the app, and then and also the field staff not able to complete the work that they are supposed to do, because most of the times are consumed by data collection, data entry, and all those things. So this has been a really long process of digitalizing, bringing digital aspect in our work, and then finally we have the Avni, and then it's been a journey of on the ground as well, capacity building of the staff, and also bringing the perspective of digital, how it will look like. So it took some time for us to get used to it, but finally in the month of August we had I think around 3-4 times of trainings with the staff once our app was launched, and now we are using so 18 August, we have started registration, enrollment, and then our malnutrition program follow-up is 20 days gap once in a month, and then also the anemia is around 15 days. So now following up regularly, they have the app in the phone, so the drudgery of data collection that is really lighten up now. I mean, the staff, they have the app in their hand. They can go to the field. They know how many visits they have to do. They know how many overdue visits they have. So it really helps us to also, streamline this data, and also we can really generate any reports, like let's say for monthly reports, we can generate monthly reports. 10 days report, we can also report 10 days report, and also, and moreover, like if I have to do a monitoring, uh, if particular staff have follow up, how many follow up they have done. So the records, the data collection has really streamlined now, and then it really help us to organize the data, the analyze the data, and then generates the data, the reports. So this has been our journey. This has been our experience, and the staff, they are also really, it took it took some time, and there were challenges in the beginning because we are not so much of a digital, the field level at the field ground. We don't use so much of digital previously, except for the Google Forms and other Kobo. But then now this app has really helped them also to, bring that digital perspective, how it help us, and then how it's helping us. So the building the capacity of the staff using this digital app really help us, and we hope that it goes smoothly in the future as well.
Okay.
I think, yeah, that's what I wanted to share.
Thank you so much, Lucy. That was really insightful. Thank you.
Thank you.
Moving to the events that we did this month was we hosted the Ripple with the visit at Saganta Foundation. Vinay and a couple of our members were part of it. And Arjun from our team also was invited for a panel discussion at Sarash Workshop 2025, which was the Agas 0.8.0. Vinay, if you would like to share something about the Ripple event, and then Arjun about the Agas event.
Sure. Samagata Oasis is an organization that focuses on trying to bring more and more open source tools that are relevant to the social sector into the limelight. So every month they organize a session where they put one tool in the spotlight and try to bring in nonprofits as well as technology folks into the mix. So the hope is to find some kind of bridge between either the nonprofits and the tech folks, and the tech folks and the tool and things like that. So this event was hosted on September 3rd, which apparently also happens to be my birthday. Irrelevant fact. But anyway, so this one we had run it along with IPH as well as Hasirudala. So from an open source standpoint, we were talking about Avni, but IPH was also talking about other open source tools that they use in the course of their research, and the fact that their data that they publish is also open. I mean, it's de-identified, but it's open so that that data actually starts getting used by other organizations in case they need to do research in their areas. Hasirudala works has built designs for PPE kits that can be used by uh, any like waste workers within Bangalore, but they're also actively collaborating with other organizations trying to see if the same design can be repurposed or modified in a way that works well for their own geographies based on the climate in the area, based on the kind of work that people do. So what we thought was like open source in a sense of open source code, open source knowledge, as well as open source processes and design can be put together. There were about 25 folks who attended the session. So one of the things we also want to do is try to see if similar sessions can be done at places where, like Lucy, you were saying that tech knowledge is not there much within Ant. The Ant is one of the bigger organizations in your area. So it might actually be useful if there are events that we can conduct that can increase the awareness among NGOs that can help adopt technology in a way that is useful to the organization. So that's a very brief count of the event and what came up.
Yeah, thanks, Vinay. Arjun, if you'd like to say something about the Saras workshop.
Yeah, Anjali, sure. Yeah, so I was invited to Delhi for the Saras workshop, Agaz 8.0, to participate in the panel discussion and also join their whole day. Like there was a 2-day event, but I was there for 1 day representing Avni and Samanvay team. It was a wonderful opportunity, first of all, to meet all the Saras team members in person. Got to interact with actual users of Avni who are using it on the ground. They had a training session on Avni also, so I was able to sit on the side and see the training session and then understand the questions also that people were having or they were already using on the ground. So like this was a refresher training, so what kind of questions or what kind of challenges are they facing, etc. And then we had a side discussion also on some of the feedback, and then the panel discussion was basically this workshop was for capacity building of the Saras team members. It was an internal workshop but with some external invites for panels, etc. As such. So that idea itself, I felt that it was wonderful and something like that we should try to do for even Samanvay and Avni team members. I felt like on the capacity building. So that was an inspiration from the Saras team that we got. Um, I got over there. Of course, we have to find time, budget, and all of that, the resources to make it happen. But I felt that that was something really interesting initiative that they do year on year. Also, one of the so the panel discussion was generally on sustainability, and I was able to share about how technology can help an NGO achieve a sustainability and how technology can be adopted sustainably. And I did this via like by quoting examples and this from the experiences of having like implemented Avni with all of you, the NGO partners, and our experiences from that and the philosophy that we've been following at Avni, right from open source and various other factors, trying to do more and more self-service to empower and so on as such. So in fact, today's talk on report self-service is one of the things that I try to emphasize over there also, that we try to write from field worker to the NGO partners, how we try to transfer those skills step by step, and so that becomes like sustainable and so on as such. So that was a good opportunity to share some insights, some experiences and all of that. At the same time, it was a good opportunity to interact with some of the CSR members. That was also one of the intentions of why Salim invited me, because at Avni we are also looking to raise more funds, and this was like he said that you'll get an opportunity, and which was true. I got to talk to some of the funders who are supporting them and understand their perspective on technology and make some connections over there. Some conversation might continue. We will have to see. I think funding technology immediately does not fall in the priority for most CSR persons. So it is the challenge, but still I think we have to do it. So yeah, that was a great help from Salim and Sarah's team towards that as well. In fact, that's my appeal to all of you NGO partners as well. If you think that any of your funding partners might be interested in supporting us with like financially supporting us, or even giving us an audience in terms of other NGOs who we can share about Avni to their grantees, then that would be definitely a big help as such. So overall, I think this was a 1-day event, and then thanks to, I don't think Salim is right now on the call, but Salim and Sarah's team for their hospitality. Everyone was so warm, and then they were introducing to different people and then engaging me in different conversations. It was really a wonderful 1 day spent with them over there. Yeah, thanks, Anjali. That's what. Unless anybody has any questions, then I can take, or we can do it towards the later, because it's already 3:18. I don't want to eat up onto that interesting part of the discussion where we look at the self-service report demonstrations.
Sure, Arjun. So maybe we can take up the questions towards the end.
Yeah.
Yeah. Now moving to the highlight of today's community meetup. We have two of our partners whom we invited to demonstrate how they are doing self-service reports, how they are building their own reports using AI and like on Metabase. We have Henna Desai from Animedh Charitable Trust. She's working as a ME consultant who will be demonstrating how she's building their reports on Metabase using AI. And then we have Sukhdeo ji from CInI, who also will be presenting how he's building the self-service reports. Over to you, Hina. I will stop sharing. So if you could share, yes.
Yes. Thanks so much, Anjali. Hi, everyone. My name is Henna Desai. I'm from Animedh Charitable Trust. We are an NGO based in Mumbai, and our primary work areas are, of course, the Mumbai city and Dadra Nagar Haveli as of now. Before that, we have also worked in Gujarat, in Karnataka, and further south. We normally, right now our projects are into education, skill development, income generation, maternal and child health, and also early child care and development. That is also one of the areas that we work in, and also mental health. So you can look it up, Google us on and find out more about our work over here. And if any interesting that you want interesting so anything that you come across, do write to us, do call us, and you can write to me also directly. So before we go ahead, so what we are going to discuss today for this particular slot is, how we have used how we started using AI, which is nothing right now for us, is just, good old chat GPT, that to the free version, to make reports for ourselves, for which, we don't have to reach out to Avni team all the time. We don't have to use or attempt to understand or go further and further deeper into the GUI that is there in Metabase. Instead, because that I realized was taking a lot of time. So we have been running this program called Poshan Ki Disha for the last 8 or 9 months. This is a RMNCH project which works in tribal areas of Dadra Nagar Haveli. So we have lots and lots of women for whom we are doing menstrual surveillance. We have lots and lots of children for whom we are doing home visit and doing their anthropometry. That is their yes, I'll just share my screen. That is their height and weight measurements. And other than that, we also look at women who are pregnant, track them, help them, understand why it is important to take IFA, your iron, why it is important to collect take-home ration from the government, how does it help you and the child. Even mothers who are, or rather lactating mothers in the first 6 months, we support them as well. So that's largely the project that we are working on.
Hina, are
I
you
will now
sharing
share
the-
my screen.
Okay.
Yes.
Yeah.
I've sent a request for that.
One second. Yeah, but that is not coming here. One second.
Oh yeah, now I can. It's already accepted. Entire screen.
Sharing because it was showing
Okay.
blank screen, right? So
Oh, Acha.
Not able to hear you.
Are you able to share now?
Yes, I'm already sharing. Okay. So that is the largely what the project is about. We started working with the Samanvay team last November or so, and we came up, finalized the requirements of the system, the SRS. We designed, which things like which forms have to get scheduled when, etc. What is there, what is supposed to be there in each of the forms. So here is where we are now. We have, of course, completed, 2 phases or 2 rounds of development of the system. And then we had opted for self-service reports. There were some basic reports, of course, that come as part, it was part of our agreement. But there were, additional reports, because this is such a extensive project. We were sure there will be a lot more reports that we will keep needing as we go along with the project, right? And that is exactly what happened. And then what we started doing was, now, I'm the only
I
person
think
in the
we're not
organization.
able to see the screen that you're sharing.
Not able to see?
Is everyone able to see the screen?
Yeah.
I can see this.
Anjali, I
Yeah.
can see this.
Okay,
You
Hannah.
can make it a full
Yeah.
screen. We can see it, but in a slide mode, it will be helpful.
That's fine. That's fine, because I'll have to keep changing the screen, and I'll have to show you Chat GPT also. So that's why. So, what I was trying to tell was that now that we are here, where we are needing a lot more reports on the go, suddenly, we want to find out on, any given day, okay, how many of my children, how many of the children that we are working with they have not received any visits from our team in the last 1 month, right? So I have to go back to Metabase. I have to take out, I have to open the anthropometry report. Once I open the anthropometry report, then I have to apply a lot of filters, in which, then again, there's lots of things happening over there. So it takes me a couple of hours to get to that report, which I really need. So what we started doing was, we started using, exploring a bit of, and there were a lot of reports which needed SQL editor. If you must have seen this, option, like if you want to use a longitudinal report. So I hope everyone's familiar with that, these terminologies, because you all must be using Metabase at some level, right? So what we realized was,
Hina,
yes,
there would be, I don't know, there possibly there are folks who are not Avni users, existing Avni users.
okay,
That was shared like as an external invite also. So
all
you
right,
can keep
okay,
elaborating on that stuff also, so
fine,
that
fine,
they are
fine.
able to understand that.
Okay. So in Metabase, for example, one of the biggest challenges that we find is that taking out longitudinal reports. Okay. So here right now in this database, for example, this is my Metabase GUI. Okay. I mean, this is my Metabase platform. Now, if I want to look at all the ANC visits that happen, I know that they're happening over here. So far, I can see that there are 929 visits made. But there is no way on Avni to find out, line wise, or rather, there is a way, but I need SQL. I need to know, or I need to be able to use, write an SQL code to find a longitudinal report. So I want a row which has the person's name, I have the details, then, the first visit details, the second visit details, the third ANC visit details, and so on, right? Now I need to be able to, as a user of Metabase and a user of Avni, I need to be able to write the SQL code, and I don't have the the skill set that is needed as of now to be able to write that. I also do not have anybody in my team who can do it for me as quickly as someone from, say, if I reached out to someone team, or something like that, right? So now again, so now I have to, figure this out. So what I did was, I started using Chat GPT, okay, that to the free version, and I simply, sent a, wrote a prompt over there that this is what I need. This is what I, this is exactly how I want my each row, item, or line to look like, right? And then the back and forth begins. Okay, so then, the system asks you, the GPT will ask you that, okay, can you share all the, all the other metadata? What are the columns that are there in the table? Which are the tables you want to join? What are the names of the tables? So these details have to be fed in by you, and then finally, when you have ChatGPT gives you back a code which you are actually you require, and then when you run that code, of course there are a lot of errors. So then you have to start debugging those errors again using ChatGPT, and then finally you get to the output that you need. But once I get this output, now this exercise I will never have to do again, right? I know that I have one table saved in Metabase which has the longitudinal data of all the ANC visits for any person. Okay, so this is how I have used. I'm just going to do a very, very quick demo on, for example, I want to find out all the children who have missed a visit in the last 1 month. Okay, we have not visited them and they are at risk. That means they are malnourished. Okay, so now if I want to do this using just Metabase, it will take a lot of time because I will have to get, of course, the line list per child. Okay, then every child is at a different stage. Now my first child in the first row might have been visited 2 or 3 times, but the second child may have been visited up to 5 times. A third child may have been visited about 10 times, right? So I will have to take out, I'll have to try to filter everything and it will get very complicated. Whereas I just want a single report just to see which child needs, which hasn't been visited in the last one. That's all I need. So what I simply did was, first thing what I did was I knew that this would happen. I cannot leave it to ChatGPT to guess what is there in the table, right? So I wrote a very, quick note over here, for example, that help me write an SQL code to find the columns in table. And which is this table? The child anthropometry table. Okay. So that I will have to give because that is something that the ChatGPT will not be able to identify. Okay. So I will write my table here. All right. So this is what I have. Oh, okay. So now it is giving me, because it's a very fresh query that I've added over here, it's giving me all these options. So I'm just going to write over here Metabase because I honestly do not know what is the difference between SQLite, SQL Server, this Post GRE, MySQL, right? So I'm leaving it to this. Okay, so now this is what it has guessed. So I'm going to try this out now and let's see what happens. I go to new, I write an SQL query over here. Okay, and I run this and let's see. So what I am getting over here is this. Now this is correct. Now I know, so I have to look at the results that the code which I have generated using ChatGPT. I have to see the results because otherwise without that, I could get some really wonky or incorrect results and I may end up, going on a very different track. So I know that now all of these items over here, they are all column names in my anthropometry table. Okay. So what I will do is I will simply copy paste and I will then return it back over here. That here are my column names. Now you help me find out what I need to, which is, I want to see which child has not been, visited in the last 1 month. That is what I want to know. So it will finally give me. So I'm just going to go now much faster. Okay. So after I did this, like I said, ChatGPT did not have any knowledge of the combinations of growth. Now here is what happened after this. Okay. And it actually gave me no results because here what happened was, here in this growth classification, there are some options which ChatGPT will not know of. So here, this is what I came across. It said no results, right? So then here is where, a little prior knowledge, a little bit of understanding of what actually code is like, or what the very basics of coding which you learn in your maybe school or early on in your college. Like what is, for example, what is a variable? What is a function? What does this word possibly mean? Like something like DESC means descending. These kind of small things, no? Some kind of prior knowledge will help. Okay, so I immediately could identify because when I saw the code that ChatGPT gave me earlier, I realized that was that was a little faulty. So then I realized that I have to now give back to ChatGPT what exactly has to go in that particular combination. Okay, so here I'll just show you where I have already done it. Yes. Yeah, so here is what I did then. So I asked here, okay, to get the unique options that are there in the growth classification. All right, and this is what I received. When I ran that script, this is what I got, okay, and I fed it back to ChatGPT. Okay, so these are my options because otherwise it was giving me a code which was not giving me any report. Okay, once that was done, then after that, ChatGPT again, prepared another code for me, which gave me this kind of report. And finally, yeah, here is what I got. Okay, I entered this, and this is the result that I got. Okay, so I was, of course, here now you can see this is a very raw report. I have only the ID of the child, but I have the growth classification. I know what was when they were supposed to be met. We have missed the visit and what is the risk category. Okay, so but I can now edit the report more and more and more depending on how I want to share it with my team. I want my team to see who is the child, who is the health worker who is supposed to visit the person, or who was the health worker who visited that child last, and so on and so forth. Okay, so this is what here is the report that I just showed you. So here is a few things. Now if you're trying to use just a free AI tool, and this is just Chat GPT. There are many more sophisticated AI tools. I think there is something called SQL to AI or AI to SQL, something like that, and similar tools in place which you can try to use. If you're using free versions, if you have any constraints in getting the paid version, I'm using a free version. So you will see a remarkable difference now, especially more than ever. The free versions, the free AI versions, you will see are taking longer. Getting to a certain result takes a much longer in a free version than in a paid version, that I have seen, because ChatGPT gives you some trials and you see the difference very clearly over there. Like I said, need to know some basics of coding. Okay. Like, what is a data type, what are functions, some very, very elementary knowledge of coding that you need to know. You can just, even if you don't have any kind of any coding knowledge or any knowledge in that particular domain, it's good to go through some YouTube videos to familiarize yourself with that. You have to be the one who will spot the error, okay, that AI has produced for you. Also, sometimes what happens is your code will throw an error, okay, and it will say that this at this some so and so variable at so and so line is not found. Now you also don't know what this error is, okay, and you are wondering what it could be. So what I have done is, every time I get an error, I send it back to the into the Chat GPT prompt, and then the responses are, I mean, I'm sure all of you are familiar with Chat GPT by now. The responses will be like, I see, I missed this, so something similar to that. But what happens is, it just goes on refining and refining till you get to the report that you actually need. It takes time, but the more you use it, the better the better your prompt will be the next time. Okay, so that's kind of it about when it comes to just demonstrating how I have used it. Okay. If you all have any questions, please do share over here. I'll keep my screen on, so if you want me to generate something, I will do it right away.
I have one question.
Yeah.
Have you done any coding in the past? Sorry, I don't know. I mean, we've interacted so many times, but I never checked. Do you have you've done engineering or you've done some coding in the past, or
No,
some
not
kind of
really.
this type of exercise
Yeah.
that you've done in the past?
So I had Java programming in back in my HSC, which is 12th. And then I did BSc in IT, but there is not like the kind of codes and everything that we used to write back then. Okay, it's very different from what we see today. So don't even rely on that. But you know that basic understanding of certain concepts in coding, yes, that I do have. So that is a very big help for me. But
Right,
coding,
makes sense.
coding per se, if you ask me to write an SQL code myself, I will not be able to write it today.
Right.
Yeah, yeah. But I can see, when I look at a code, I can see, okay, this is, being called over here. This particular thing is being called over here. This is, the parameters are being set over here. I can see I can understand what is going on, but
Yeah.
I cannot write it myself anymore. Yeah.
I mean, most important of all, I believe you don't feel fear when you hear the word code. I think.
Yeah, that is true. That definitely is a plus point for me. Yeah.
Hi, Hina, Himesh here.
Yes.
So what would have made your life easier with this whole approach? If there was an AI assistant inbuilt with Metabase, would have simplified your whole process?
Sorry, can you repeat? I'm just not able to hear.
What would have helped ease your reports self-service work on Metabase? Having an integrated AI assistant in Metabase, would that have helped, or is something else which you think?
Sure, if something like that is there, nothing like it, because every time when I'm using something like a very, very basic, open source, I mean, your chat GPT, it is, I have to feed in all the data myself first, that this is my table, this is what it looks like, these are the columns, these are some of the entries that are there. Sometimes I have to give those also, that information also. And if yes, if it is integrated into Avni itself, nothing like it, because it will be able to refer to tables directly. I'm guessing that's what will be the biggest
Yeah, that's
benefit.
something we have.
Yeah. And also it will give you also a lot of insights. I mean, sorry, I mean the Avni team also a lot of insights into how what kind of reports are generally needed. Like in the system right now, there is of course longitudinal reports are there, but in the longitudinal reports also the format of the reports is if a certain option is selected, it says 0, or sorry, it says 1. If it's not selected, it says 0, right? So these kind of things have to be managed. Also, it's not a live report. It is, you have downloaded it, you have worked on it, then again, next time when you want to report next in the next month, you have to download it and do the same work again on that sheet. So you're working on Metabase and writing your own SQL codes using AI. It gives you a lot of power.
Yeah. One follow-up question on a different track. Have
Hmm.
you also tried to create forms for yourself on Avni?
Yes.
And have you tried out the AI assistant there?
No, not yet. I think so. The thing was that we were working on another program, a mental health program with very limited forms. So those were self-service forms. We created them ourselves.
Okay.
And just when we had finished and rolled it out to production, that's when the new AI assistant, I think, was launched.
Okay.
So yeah. So I have not yet got a chance to use it.
Okay. Thanks for your inputs. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Anyone else have any question for Hina? Okay, then, yeah. Thank you so much, Hina. Thank you.
Yeah.
That was really insightful. I think it will help
Yes.
a lot of us. Yeah.
Yes. Welcome. It's a lot of effort, but it's like one time you do it and you learn from it, and that one report is definitely set, and especially for things like quarterly targets and six monthly targets and everything. This kind of a system helps tremendously.
True. Agreed. I think all of us should at least give it a try and see how it works.
Yes. Yeah. Thank you so much.
Thank you. Thanks. Yeah. Moving on, I think, yeah. So Devji, you can share your screen and show us how you are developing the Metabase report. So Devji is from CInI. He has developed a couple of report on his own, so which he would like to demo.
थैंक यू अंजलि जी।
Thank you.
मैं सुखदेव महतो सिनी से हूँ। सिनी टाटा ट्रस्ट झारखंड से हूँ, एजुकेशन टीम से। और मैं सिनी में एज ए मिनी एसोसिएट हूँ। बेसिकली सिनी अभी झारखंड में 6 स्टेट पे काम कर रही है, जिसपे स्पोर्ट्स है, एजुकेशन है, लाइवलीहुड है। बस ये भी एरियाज है जिसपे सिनी काम कर रही है। हम अवनी से समन्वय टीम से जो जुड़े हैं वो पिछले जुलाई 2024 से जुड़े हैं, लगभग 1 साल से ओवर हो गया है। तो इसके द्वारा हमने कई रिपोर्ट्स भी तैयार किए, हमने अवनी की तरफ से ट्रेनिंग भी दिया गया। तो मैं कुछ रिपोर्ट्स बनाया हूँ, तो मेरा स्क्रीन शेयर हुआ तो थोड़ा बताइएगा।
Yeah.
स्क्रीन विजिबल है?
Yes. Is it visible to others as well? I can see.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. हाँ सुखदेव जी.
हाँ, तो बेसिकली ये जब हम ऑनी एप्लीकेशन पे डेटा पुट करते हैं, एंट्री करते हैं, तो उसका डेटाबेस जो बनता है वो मेटाबेस प्लेटफॉर्म पे बनता है। मेटाबेस एक विजुअलाइजेशन टूल है। तो बेसिकली देखा जाए तो ये मैंने स्क्रीन अभी शेयर दिख रहा है, ये मेरा डेटाबेस है। जो हमारे टीम मेंबर्स जो फील्ड से डेटा पुटअप कर रहे हैं वो स्टोर इस डेटाबेस पे हो रही है। इसमें आने के लिए पहले आपको एक लॉगिन आईडी लेना पड़ेगा। मैं ऑलरेडी लॉगिन हूँ, तो मुझे ये दिख रही है। बेसिकली देखा जाए तो यहाँ पे मैं एक रिपोर्ट्स डेमो करके दिखाता हूँ। ये जो न्यू लिखा हुआ है प्लस का साइन है, इस पे हम क्लिक करने पे यहाँ पे ये आता है क्वेश्चन पे हम जाएंगे। सबसे पहले क्वेश्चन पे जाने के बाद यहाँ पे हमें ये रहता है कि हम किस डेटाबेस का हमें रिपोर्ट्स बनाने, क्योंकि डेटाबेस बहुत सारे हैं। हमारे लिए लगभग 35 डेटाबेस है और सबका टेबल अलग अलग है। तो यहाँ पे एक हम लाइब्रेरी से रिलेटेड है वो एक डेटाबेस हम ले लेते हैं, फिर उसका एक छोटा सा रिपोर्ट तैयार करते हैं। तो ये लाइब्रेरी का रो डेटा है। तो हमने इसको सेलेक्ट किया। सेलेक्ट करने के बाद यहाँ पे एक नीचे में विजुअलाइज है, इस पे आना होता है। इस पे हमने क्लिक करेंगे, फिर ये इसका डेटा बेस पूरा आएगा। जो भी डेटा हम इस पे भर रहे हैं सारा डेटा बेस इसी पे है, लाइब्रेरी से रिलेटेड। ये पूरा रो डेटा है और इसको आप यहाँ से ये डाउनलोड भी इसका डेटा कर सकते हैं। एक्सेल में CSV पे ये रो डेटा डाउनलोड भी हो जाएगा। सेकेंड है कि हम यहाँ पे एक समराइज लिखा हुआ है, इस पे क्लिक करेंगे यहाँ क्लिक करने पे के बाद एक यहाँ आता है कि आप समराइज कर रहे हैं तो किस चीज को, किस कॉलम को समराइज करना है, या कौन सी चीज को काउंट करना है। अगर मैं यहाँ पे क्लिक करूंगा तो काउंट के अलावा और भी चीज आती हैं, जैसे सम करना है, एवरेज करना है, मीडियन करना है, डिस्टिंक्ट वैल्यू करना है, क्यूमुलेटिव है, कुछ अंडरस्टैंड, मैक्सिमम है, मिनिमम है। तो सपोज कीजिए कि हम एजुकेशन पे अभी सेक्टर में काम करें, तो हमें ये देखना है कि कितने स्कूलों पे लाइब्रेरी डेवलप किया गया है, मुझे ये रिपोर्ट से बनाना है। तो बेसिकली हम यहाँ पे एक सेलेक्ट करेंगे डिस्टिंक्ट वैल्यू को, और यहाँ पे हमें वो कौन सा कॉलम से वो वैल्यू पिक करेगा, तो वो मुझे यहाँ से इस सारे कॉलम से इसमें से मुझे एक सेलेक्ट करके देना होगा। तो यहाँ पे जो है स्कूल डाई स्कूल ये यूनिक होती है, तो हम इसी को काउंट करेंगे। जिससे हमने इसको सिलेक्ट करते हैं तो यहाँ पे ये आया कि ये टोटल स्कूल यूनिक वैल्यू इतने हैं। हाँ, ये पर ओवरऑल जितने भी स्कूल है सब सबका हमारे यहाँ पे अभी यहाँ पे झारखंड और उड़ीसा दो स्टेट का डेटा है, तो दोनों मिला के इतने स्कूल है, या ये यूनिक वैल्यू है। अगर इस पे हम पे और यहाँ पे देखेंगे ग्रुप बाय लिखा हुआ है, एक ग्रुप बाय लिखा हुआ है, तो इस पे हम इसको ग्रुपिंग करेंगे। हमें देखना है, सपोज कीजिए मुझे देखना है यहाँ पे स्टेट लिखा हुआ है, तो हम स्टेट वाइज अगर मुझे देखना पड़ेगा तो ये स्टेट जो लिखा हुआ है प्लस का साइन है, इस पे जाके क्लिक करेंगे तो ये स्टेट वाइज अलग अलग हो जाएंगे। झारखंड का ये हो गया, ये उड़ीसा का हो गया। तो बेसिकली यहाँ पे मुझे देना पड़ेगा कि ये स्टेट स्टेट हो गया है। स्टेट के अंदर अगर सब कुछ किसी को डिस्ट्रिक्ट वाइज भी देखना हो तो यहाँ पे एक डिस्ट्रिक्ट का भी एक कॉलम है, इस पे भी हम क्लिक करेंगे तो ये डिस्ट्रिक्ट वाइज, थोड़ा सा ये अभी ऐसा दिख रहा है बट इसको सही करेंगे। ये हो गया। इसको और भी कर सकते हैं सब कुछ, कीजिए हम इसको मंथ वाइज दिखाना चाह रहे हैं, या तो हमें ब्लॉक वाइज दिखाना है, या हमें कोई टाइम पीरियड का दिखाना है कि 1 मंथ का ही दिखाना है, तो हम यहाँ से और भी कॉलम्स है जिसको हम सेलेक्ट कर सकते हैं। यहाँ जैसे कि ये हमारा स्कूल टाइप्स है, हमारे यहाँ दो स्कूल होते हैं, कि इंटेंसिव एक एक्सटेंसिव। अगर मुझे इसको भी देखना है कि इंटेंसिव का क्या परफॉर्मिंग है और एक्सटेंसिव क्या है, तो वो भी यहाँ से देख सकते हैं। बट ये थोड़ा सा बड़ा टेबल जो ग्राफ पे नहीं आ सकता, इसलिए थोड़ा टेबल पे कन्वर्ट हो गया। यहाँ पे दिया हुआ है विजुलाइज, यहाँ पे आप ये सिलेक्ट कर सकते हैं आपको कैसा चार्ट दिखाना है, टेबल्स दिखाना है, बार ग्राफ दिखाना है, लाइन ग्राफ आएगा या रो आएगा। यहाँ पे आप ये विजुअलाइजेशन का ये सिलेक्शन कर सकते हैं। एक यहाँ पे पाइवट भी है, हम ये पाइवट का यूज काफी करते हैं। जो एक्सेल पे जो पाइवट होता है सेम वैसे ही, ज्यादा इस पे कुछ नहीं, जैसे एक्सेल पे होता है वैसे एक पाइवट टेबल है, तो आप पाइवट भी इसको बना सकते हैं। तो यहाँ से हम अब विजुअलाइजेशन ग्राफ्स ले सकते हैं। सब कुछ कीजिए, अभी मैं ये ग्राफ लेता हूँ, और इस पे एक सेटिंग का भी यहाँ बटन था। सेटिंग का बटन में आने के बाद आप इसका कलर भी चेंज कर सकते हैं, जैसे कि ये डिस्ट्रिक्ट का कलर है, डिस्ट्रिक्ट कोडिंग है, तो इसका सिलेक्ट कर सकते हैं। यहाँ पे हम देखेंगे डिस्प्ले पे कर सकते हैं, एक्सेस पे कर सकते हैं। यहाँ है कि बाय डिफॉल्ट जो कॉलम का नाम लिखा हुआ आता है ये रहता है, तो हम इसको चेंज भी कर सकते हैं। जैसे कि ये पहला है जो स्टेट है, ठीक है, ये यहाँ पे आ रहा है कि स्कूल डैशबोर्ड, तो ये स्कूल डैशबोर्ड में इसको हम चेंज करके लिख सकते हैं कि नंबर ऑफ स्कूल्स। तो इधर देखेंगे तो ये नंबर ऑफ स्कूल्स ये है, और यहाँ पे ये डिस्ट्रिक्ट का कलर है। इसको अगर थोड़ा सा हम और चेंज करना चाहेंगे विजुअलाइजेशन में, क्योंकि ये ग्राफ्स थोड़ा वो नहीं है, तो ये इसको टेबल पे भी देख सकते हैं कि उड़ीसा पे क्या है, झारखंड पे क्या कितना है। इसको और एक हम इसमें समराइज में ग्रुप कर देते हैं, जिसको हमको लगेगा कि नहीं मंथ वाइज देखना है, तो यहाँ पे एक अर्लियर विजिट डेट टाइम है। यहाँ पे आप मिनट्स में भी, आवर्स में भी, डे में भी, वीक के या मंथ, क्वार्टर, ईयर्स, आपको जैसा यहाँ पे सिलेक्ट करना है। मुझे, मैं अभी इसको मंथ सेलेक्ट कर रहा हूँ, मुझे मंथ वाइज देखना है, तो ये थोड़ा इसको थोड़ा सा विजुअलाइज में जाके इसको सेट करना पड़ेगा। तो अगर यहाँ देखेंगे तो ये मंथ वाइज भी आ रहा है। इसको थोड़ा सा ड्रैग एंड ड्रॉप है सारी चीजें। इस पे अगर हम इसको पाइवट करके थोड़ा सा टाइम लेगा। हाँ, अब यहाँ पे थोड़ा सा से आपको ये पाइवट है तो कॉलम में क्या रखना है, रो में क्या रखना है, मेजर में क्या रखना है, तो सपोज किसी पे मुझे मंथ वाइज देखना है तो मैं मंथ को कॉलम पे रखता हूँ और ये डिस्ट्रिक्ट को रो पे करता हूँ। तो देखेंगे तो यहाँ पे एक डिस्ट्रिक्ट वाइज स्टेट वाइज ब्लॉक ब्लॉक तो नहीं है, डिस्ट्रिक्ट तक का एक पर में मंथ आ रहा है। तो ये देख सकते हैं कि ये इतना ये हर महीने का रिपोर्ट्स आ रही है। इसमें थोड़ा सा ये है कि कुछ सारे स्कूलों में लाइब्रेरी नहीं होंगे तो यहाँ फिल्टर्स का भी ऑप्शन है। हाँ, हम फिल्टर का भी यूज करेंगे और यहाँ पे जाके देखेंगे कि लाइब्रेरी डेवलप्ड जो लिखा हुआ है वो क्वेश्चन को हम सेलेक्ट करेंगे जिसमें हमने यस यस और नो का हमने रिस्पॉन्स लिया हुआ है। तो यहाँ पे टाइप लाइब्रेरी, हाँ, यहाँ पे जाके इसको यूज करेंगे और हमारे यहाँ दो, एक तो कॉर्नर है एक तो रूम है ना, ये दोनों पे हम अप्लाई करते हैं। अब क्या होगा, ये जहां जहाँ पे कॉर्नर या रूम्स होंगे वही केवल इस टेबल पे आ रहे हैं और ये ब्लॉक वाइज हो गया, डिस्ट्रिक्ट वाइज हो गया और ये मंथ वाइज भी बन गया। तो इसको फिर हम सेव भी कर सकते हैं, इसको सेव करके हम अपने ड्राइव में ये रख सकते हैं। इसका एक नाम दे के नाम देते हैं। तो इस टाइप से एक पाइवट बन गया, लेकिन इसका विजुअलाइजेशन हम चेंज कर सकते हैं। अगर मुझे कुछ और ही टाइप का दिख रहा है तो यहाँ से हम चेंज कर सकते हैं। ठीक है, ये तो एक मेरा डमी जैसा एक छोटा सा पाइवट हमने बनाया हुआ है, लेकिन हम जो अपना इंटरनल डैशबोर्ड है वो थोड़ा सा हम दिखाना चाहेंगे कि इसी टाइप का एक एक रिपोर्ट्स करके हमने एक डैशबोर्ड क्रिएट किया हुआ है। तो वो मैं शो करता हूँ जो थोड़ा सा और ज्यादा आसान होगा। देखें ये हाँ, ये हमारा एक लाइव डैशबोर्ड है जो हमारी टीम यूज कर रही है और इसको डेवलप हमने किया हुआ है। इसका ट्रेनिंग हमें समन्वय टीम अवनी से ही मिला था। उसके बाद हमने इसको थोड़ा एक्सप्लोर किया, फिर हमने ये डेवलप किया। बीच बीच में कहीं कहीं पे टेक्निकल इशू आई तो अवनी टीम ने काफी हमें सपोर्ट भी किया इसको डेवलप करने में। तो ये हमारा एक पूरा डैशबोर्ड है, पूरा दोनों स्टेट का। अगर इसमें देखेंगे तो ये टैब वाइज भी है, यहाँ पे लाइब्रेरी का रिपोर्ट है, यहाँ पे एसएमसी रिलेटेड रिपोर्ट्स है, यहाँ पे स्कूल मॉनिटरिंग से रिलेटेड ये डैशबोर्ड है, पीटीएम है जो पेरेंट्स टीचर मीटिंग एक होती है स्कूल में उसका डैशबोर्ड है, टीचर कैपेसिटी बिल्डिंग का डैश। तो इस टाइप वाइज हमने काफी डैशबोर्ड इस पे बनाई हुई है और ये डैशबोर्ड हमारे टीम मेंबर को भी शेयर किया हुआ है। ये लाइव होती है और ये कभी भी इसको लॉगिन आईडी करके आप देख सकते हैं। इस पे देखेंगे तो मैंने कुछ कुछ ड्रॉप डाउन भी दिया हुआ है कि सपोज कि मुझे सिर्फ झारखंड का देखना है तो हम फिर झारखंड को सिलेक्ट करके यहाँ पे फिल्टर करेंगे। झारखंड से कोई एक डिस्ट्रिक्ट का देखना है तो हम डिस्ट्रिक्ट फिल्टर कर सकते हैं, ब्लॉक्स फिल्टर्स कर सकते हैं। हमारा जो स्कूल में काम करने का जो मेथड है इंटेंसिव या एक्सटेंसिव, अगर हम वो करना है तो वो कर सकते हैं। कोई टाइम या डेट का एक हमें देखना रहे कि हमें इस क्वार्टर का देखना हो, सब कुछ करे कि मुझे अभी सेकेंड क्वार्टर का देखना हो। तो 1 जुलाई से 1 जुलाई से 30 सितंबर, हाँ, इसका हमको मुझे देखना रहे तो यहाँ पे काफी फीचर्स है जो ऐड कर सकते हैं। अब इतना सारे मैंने फिल्टर लगाया तो ये इसी का रिपोर्ट्स यहाँ पे आ रही है, ये सारे रिपोर्ट्स है। उसके बाद हमने एक नीचे में एक रो डेटा का भी एक ऑप्शन दिया होगा कि किसी यूजर्स को अपना रो डेटा देखना होगा तो यहाँ पे जाके ये डाउनलोड भी हो जाता है। आप एक्सेल पे ये डाउनलोड भी हो जाएगा यहाँ पे क्लिक करने पे। ठीक है, तो ऐसे हमने हर कंपोनेंट का हमने एक डैशबोर्ड क्रिएट किया हुआ है और ये लाइव होती है। जैसे और एप्लीकेशन में डेटा पुट होता है तो उसके बाद यहाँ पे ये डैशबोर्ड रिफ्रेश करने पर फिर यहाँ पे ये आ जाती है। तो ये था मेरे तरफ से अंजलि जी। इसमें किसी का कुछ क्वेश्चन हो तो ले सकते हैं। हेलो।
किसी का कोई क्वेश्चन है क्या? एनीबडी हैज एनी क्वेश्चंस?
So, just similar follow-up on with this. आपने AI यूज किया है क्या अभी, सुखदेव जी, टू
मैंने
रिपोर्ट
मैंने
बनाने?
एआई तो यूज नहीं किया है, बट मैं जब एक्सप्लोर कर रहा था मैंने चैट जीपीटी से थोड़ा बहुत एक्सप्लोर किया है, और इंटरनेट से किया है, लेकिन एआई का यूज इस पे नहीं किया हूँ। बस एआई से मैंने मेथड एक्सप्लोर किया है।
ओके।
जी।
और कुछ आपको दिखता है कुछ अच्छा बना सकते थे हम, कुछ फीचर या कैपेबिलिटी जो मेटाबेस में आपको ज़रूरी लगता है अभी, या अवनी का ऐप में?
थोड़ी सी इस पे फीचर्स तो काफी है, जैसे हमारा और भी टूल्स है, पावर बी वगैरह है, उस टाइप का ये फीचर्स है, बट थोड़ा सा कहीं कहीं पे ये जो मैंने बना है विदाउट कोडिंग है, इसमें कहीं पे भी कोड हमने यूज नहीं किया है, स्क्वेल वगैरह कुछ भी नहीं किया हुआ है। हाँ, कहीं के कुछ बहुत ज्यादा एडवांस लेवल पे अगर बनाना हो तो कोडिंग का जरूरत पड़ती है। हाँ, सिक्वल वगैरह लिखना पड़ता है थोड़ा। ये जब मैं अभी दिखा रहा हूँ ये विदाउट कोडिंग है, विदाउट सिक्वल है। जी।
धन्यवाद।
Anyone else? Any question? Okay, then we'll move. Thank you so much, Sukhdev ji. I think it will be very useful for all of us. I think we got two different insights on how we can self-develop the Metabase report, both AI use करके and without using AI. So I think दोनों, thank you Hina and Sukhdev ji for sharing this.
थैंक यू।
Okay. Okay. Next, we'll move to the product updates. Maha, over to you.
Yeah. So we will just briefly go over this and in detail discuss in the next month. So last month, there were many interesting features that we had in progress. That is AI assistant and ability to and reducing app size and etc. So Anjali, can you move to the next slide?
Sure.
Yeah. So many things that was in progress, we got it done. So one is the web app upgrade, so which will help us to make the UI appearance more better, and also it is necessary to always keep it up to date so that the all issues we have it resolved. And then the AI assistant, we have released the first version, which just replies to users' doubts, and we are working on the next version where it can auto configure Avni app based on users' inputs. So next, in the last month, we were not able to start work on video documentation because we didn't get funding for the same, but we have started working on that as well. So which is basically about showing videos to be able to counsel beneficiaries. So we are working on it and we will release it by end of this month or beginning of next month. So and then certain things that are released are currently in media viewer we can filter by multiple fields. So previously it was possible to only filter by selective fields, and we have reduced the app size as well. And some minor improvements on canned reports were also built. Before it was not displaying the username who did what visit etc in the canned reports. So now it would display, so that will enable us to do certain things. Yeah, and we have started working on supporting Android 15 app users. Yeah, so these are certain things we just wanted to provide a brief update so we can dwell deeper into the major features and showcase it. We will showcase it in the next meetup. Any questions so far? Okay. Okay. Yeah. Thank you, Anjali.
Thanks. Thank you. Thank you, Maha. I think we are towards the last.
Uh,
Request or yeah, Arjun.
I would like to add a couple of points. One is that first is thanks to Dhiren Bhai in Seva Rural for in a way sponsoring or supporting financially for building this feature. They are supporting with 50% of the cost and 50% we are bearing from our grant for the video documentation. Even though many NGOs had come forward with the need, but they were of course they didn't have the funding available to support us to build these features. Just to add, I mean, we've right now given that we're running on a tight fund and so what we've done with product prioritization is that either the feature has to support opening up for new NGO segments, new use cases, so that we can onboard new NGOs, or it has to be a paid feature that is paid by an NGO. So that serves towards financial sustainability and also proves the point that the NGO really needs it as such. Or otherwise, those are under the area of that the production is running in a stable and smooth manner. So right now we're going with that approach for next 3 to 6 months. As I mean, we will keep moving along as we are able to raise more grants for different features. Right now, we have grants, for example, for the AI co-pilot to be built there. So that is something that's being worked upon actively, and that we are hoping will help ease, first of all, existing implementations who are looking to self-service, and secondly, onboard new customers, new NGOs who want to use Avni. Eventually, because that's the route towards overall Avni's ecosystem and Avni products sustainability as such, where we have more NGOs adopting Avni, and then through AMC cost, we are able to build more features, etc. So that's, I think, one point around the approach. Also, and thanks to Seva Rural and Dhiren Bhai again. Also, in the last month, based on this AI, this thing only, we applied for the KF Tech Award. We don't know what will happen to it, but we've at least applied for it, which may give us another like 4 to 20 lakhs of grant if we win anything over there. And again, extending thanks to because one of the criteria part of this was to have user testimonials, and because the feature just turned around in the just before the deadline, we had to reach out some of our users to quickly try it out and give us some testimonials of how they're finding the feature and so on. And they very kindly they agreed to provide those testimonies. So thanks to them, there was Yogesh who provided the testimony. Rahul from JSS provided the testimony, and so on. So thank you so much for our NGO partners who on a short notice helped us put up a testimonial and the award application as such. All the best to all of us. Let's see if we are able to get win it and get some grants to do it. Yeah, keeping our fingers crossed. Anjali,
You're
you are
on
on
mute,
mute.
Anjali.
Sorry, everybody. Is my screen visible? Okay, one second.
Yes, your screen is visible. Yeah, now it's
I
at the
was saying, request after this session is over, I will send you the invite for the next meetup, which is we are planning to do it on 12th of November, which will be a Wednesday, where we will focus primarily on the AI assistant work that we are doing. So yeah. Lastly, wishing we all a very happy and prosperous Diwali. Thank you so much for your time today, and we hope you have find the session useful. Yeah. Thank you. Thank you so much.
Bye.
Thank you. Thanks. Bye. Bye.